Time for a look at the news for a Thursday. It's the 27th day of June for 2019. 7 minutes after the hour, here's what's going on in the news today. Amador County Animal Control and Amador County Public Health are conducting a joint investigation of a confirmed case of canine influenza virus in a local dog following multiple reports of respiratory illness in a number of dogs over the last week. Now, due to the extremely contagious nature of the canine influenza virus, all dogs are at serious risk of infection when exposed. Pet owners should contact their veterinarian immediately if they see any of the following symptoms in their dogs: persistent hacking cough, lethargic behavior, poor appetite, nasal discharge, trouble breathing, or fever. Sick dogs should be isolated from all other animals. Now, vaccines to protect against canine flu are available. Your veterinarian can provide more information about these vaccines and whether you should consider vaccinating your dog. Like human flu, dog flu is most dangerous to puppies, senior dogs, and dogs who are already sick. Due to the high risk of canine influenza virus spreading from dog to dog, pet owners should exercise caution, and avoid allowing their dogs to either socialize with other dogs or participate in any group dog training exercises. Since even dogs exhibiting no sign of illness can be contagious carriers, pet owners are also advised not to board their dogs at kennels and to avoid pet daycare facilities, dog parks, and grooming facilities until the outbreak runs its course. And according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, canine influenza virus poses a low threat to people. There has been no evidence of spread of canine influenza virus from dogs to people, nor a single reported case of human infection with the canine influenza virus in the U.S. or worldwide.
And folks, you can ask the operators of the boarding facility where you're taking your dog to. Make sure you always ask and make sure that they require dogs to be vaccinated before boarding at those facilities. Well, earlier this week, Amador County, city, and state law enforcement agencies served search warrants stemming from a year-and-a-half-long investigation into a large-scale illegal commercial marijuana cultivation. Monday morning, the Amador County Combined Narcotic Task Force, known as ACNET, Amador County Sheriff Office SWAT Team, Western El Dorado Narcotic Enforcement Team, and California Department of Food and Ag executed a search warrant at a residence at 18908 Shake Ridge Road outside Sutter Creek. Simultaneously, the Calaveras Sheriff Office, Amador DA, California Department of Fish and Game, California National Guard, San Jose Police, Sacramento County High Crimes Task Force, and Orange County Sheriff Department were executing search warrants at 3 other residences with members from ACNET. Ultimately, 10 locations were searched, with 5,450 marijuana plants, 78 pounds of processed marijuana, and 4 guns seized. ACNET has identified 12 suspects, with charges ranging from marijuana cultivation for sale, conspiracy, money laundering, and tax evasion. The investigation is active and ongoing.
And meeting Wednesday night, the Amador County School Board approved budgets for both the Amador School District and the County Office of Education. After much attention and additional work, including the district bringing in a financial crisis team, the board approved a budget that is projected to run a surplus. The school district expects to bring in almost $42 million in total revenue in the 2019-20 fiscal year. Now, planned spending totals about $41.5 million, leaving a surplus of close to $500,000 to help restore the district's depleted fiscal reserves. The district's 3-year budget projection shows the district restoring its state-mandated reserves, assuming that the overall economy stays healthy. On the Office of Education budget, the board approved a budget that is just in balance on close to $12 million in revenue and expenses. Unlike the school district, the Office of Education is not projected to restore its fiscal reserves within the next few years. It was also announced at the meeting that due to a delay in federal funding, the County Office of Education will have trouble making payroll, and that the school district would distribute $200,000 to the county office to help them make ends meet. In other business, the board approved 6 new classes for the district's high schools, both required and electives.
And the Calaveras Board of Supervisors adopted the preliminary budget for 2019-2020 Tuesday. General fund monies were increased by $22,000 in the GIS budget, $674 in the community organizations budget, $132,000 in the assessor budget, $75,500 in the environmental health budget, $3,000 in the on-site wastewater budget, and $329,816 in the county contributions budget. Now, part of the county budget consists of $98,000 for the sheriff office for the purchase of 2 additional Ford F-150 pickup trucks, a $17,000 drone, a hostage negotiation phone, and transport vehicle. Additionally, the county library received its request of about $36,000 to fund a permanent position for a traveling STEM educator for children. Now, as far as positive long-term projections that were not factored into the budget, increases in assessed home values and planned large residential housing developments in the county may provide additional revenue sources for the next year.
Ground and Columbia Air Crews battled a small grass fire along the Calaveras-San Joaquin County line early yesterday afternoon. Flames broke out just before 1 on Highway 26 near North Shelley Road between Jenny Lind and Linden, just inside the county line. The blaze was contained at 4 acres, and the cause is under investigation. A small ground crew remained on scene mopping up for a couple of hours.
And Ione dog trainer Sherry Flores, her dog Baxter, recently returned home after taking part in the 2019 WUSV World Universal Sager Show Championship in Nantwich, England. Flores, owner of the Gold Country Pet Resort, and the dog Baxter were one of 4 teams selected to represent the U.S. at the international competition for the German Shepherd dog. Held in different parts of the world every year, the Universal Sager Show is judged on both performance aspects as well as conformation of the dog. The first part of the completion consists of 3 phases, of the competition consists of 3 phases, which include tracking, obedience, and protection. Competitors can earn up to 100 points in each phase for a total possible score of 300. Sherry and Baxter scored 99, 86, and 89 for a total of 274 to finish in 6th. The second part of the competition, a conformation show, Baxter placed 9th in the show with a combined score for the 2 parts, placing him 6th place overall. Team USA placed 5th in the competition. Now, Sherry and Baxter hope to make the team next year and go to Strasbourg, France in June of 2020. But they have 3 national events to compete in before team selection. The U.S. National Show in North Carolina in October, the National IGP for German Shepherds in Pittsburgh in November, and the Working Dog Championships in May.
And that's a look at local news on a Gold Country Thursday morning. From the KVGC News Center,
I'm JD.
And I'm Jim Geedy reporting. Remember, for the latest news, traffic, and weather 24 hours a day, visit our website. That's kvgcradio.com.